Welcome to another episode on this nameless channel. Damn, we need to find a name for this channel. People, in today's episode, we want to discuss the role of foreigners in South Africa. Should South Africa do something? Should South Africa start deporting foreigners? Or should South Africa change the rules and make South Africa a better place, a more home away from home place for foreigners? Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler. People, South Africa is the best country on earth. Now, why am I saying this? South Africa is beautiful, vast, it's got beautiful people, it's welcoming. The weather is beautiful. The climate is beautiful. South Africa is a destination for many people. For this reason, South Africa attracts a lot of different kinds of people. And among those people come unsavory characters who have no intention of building South Africa, but rather here to destroy. Now, why would someone come from their country, travel all the way to South Africa, set up a business in South Africa just to run illicit goods or illicit services or contraband, or should I put it, illegal slot machines? I mean, gambling is a licensed business. You cannot just set up slot machines in your company, in your business, and then open it up to the public without being registered, licensed. I mean, that is why we have the gambling board, right? That is why casinos and like the lotto, I mean, those type of business are registered and licensed. But now I was shocked to learn that some Pakistani, Bangladeshi, I think Somali shops are running illegal gambling slot machines. Guys, this is serious. A guy from a spokesperson, is it for the spokesperson for the police? He said, like, for the 2024 financial year, they confiscated 190 slot machines from Spaza shops. People, this is a big thing. I mean, you send your child to go and buy bread and milk, to buy tea, whatever, coffee, milk, whatever. And the child asks you for an extra 5 rand or 10 rand, and you're thinking he's going to go buy sweets. And your child is actually going to go and gamble, trying to go and make some extra money from the slot machines. And the slot machines are already fixed in such a way that you know how gambling works. It's never by luck. Do you know what I'm saying? It is a fixed thing. The machine makes money first before it decides to give you a piece of the action, which is normally, usually, never. On occasion, the machine might just spew out a few 100 rand or a few rands. I mean, in this case, this was not an official industrial size slot machine that was confiscated. These were mini slot machines. So I don't know how these mini slot machines work, but I doubt that they'll be paying out thousands or millions. I doubt. But whatever small money that they'll be paying out, your children are getting addicted to gambling while it's going to buy bread and milk. And that's becoming a problem. Now, first came up the issue was foreigners are opening cell phone shops, hardly getting any customers in, keeping the lights on, keeping the rent going with hardly any customers visible in the stores. How is that possible? Okay, we give them the benefit of the doubt by saying, well, they have a panel beating shop elsewhere, so the panel beating shop takes care also of the cell phone business. Okay, cool. Right, let's give them that. We get a pawn shop that sells second-hand goods, hardly gets customers in, pays the rent on time, keeps the lights on. How is that possible? Okay, well, we'll say, well, they have an African restaurant in town that actually supports the pawn shop. That's how they manage to keep the lights on. We'll say, okay, fine. We'll take that. Then they'll have a barber shop that gets a fair amount of people there, but it manages to keep the lights on, manages to pay the rent at these exorbitant prices. How do they manage to do that? Well, they have an import and export business. That is how it is supporting the barber shop. Okay, we get it. Then comes the bombshell that there are Spaza shops that were actively caught selling drugs out of the same Spaza shop. You see, people, this whole narrative of foreign businesses coming to South Africa, opening up these fronts as shops, barber shops, cell phone shops, Spaza shops, and yet they are involved in illicit goods, illicit trading, like selling drugs, like human trafficking, like illegal slot machines. Why does the government tolerate this? I mean, people, it's does the government not understand that the Spaza shop industry has totally been taken over by foreigners? Now, not all Spaza shops are bad. Trust me, not all are bad. But when the few Spaza shops commit crimes that the government deem unsuitable at a community level, surely that individual should be deported. Surely that Spaza shop must be closed down. Or if not, that Spaza shop should be given to a local. I mean, there are Spaza shops that were selling expired, rotten foods to people. Surely those Spaza shops should have been closed. Those people should have been deported. And that Spaza shop should have been given to a local. Not just to any local, but to a business-minded local who once had a Spaza shop, who knows how to run a Spaza shop. It's sad that we have now entered a stage where South Africa is almost like a do as you will, do as you wish kind of state, because borders are porous. Policing is almost virtually non-existent. They are overwhelmed with so much crime that is going on that certain crimes become less relevant, though important, but less relevant because there's more serious issues to attend to than these minor issues, which are not minor at all. The Spaza industry, as we now know, is no longer in local hands. Do you know what that means? That means arms, money laundering, movement, shipment of people, drugs, I don't know, exotic animals can be now moved from Spaza shop to Spaza shop to, I don't know, things can come in from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever these people come from. They can just move things through our porous borders straight into the Spaza shop systems. And the government just feels like, well, it's not a priority crime to deal with because we have more important issues to deal with. And I totally agree. I mean, sure, there's more important issues to deal with. I totally get it. But when are we going to get to the Spaza shops? Because I feel like the Spaza shops need to go back into local hands. Because as things stand, there's no control over the Spaza shops. We do not know what's coming in, what's going out. We don't even know who in the Spaza shop is working and who's trafficked and who's not. I mean, you wouldn't know that just by looking by someone to think that this person is trafficked or not. You wouldn't know that for a fact. I mean, if I went into a Spaza shop and I saw three, four, I don't know, Pakistanis, and then I saw maybe one or two foreign black people who don't speak English or anything like that, that would look suspicious. I'm just saying. I'm not saying the person is definitely a trafficked person. I'm just saying that would look odd. That here's two or three Pakistanis, but they're normally behind the counter, you know what I mean? And then here in front there's this maybe black woman or black man that doesn't speak English. I don't know, whatever language he speaks that they communicate with him, that it, yeah, it just doesn't look right, right? That's on the trafficking side. Let's figure out how did the slot machines get into the spaza shops? Surely they had to be manufactured somewhere. Surely they had to be supplied by somebody. Sure, they had to be flown in from somewhere. I mean, because if they're all over the country, that means there's a central point, and there has to be a distribution point. Where's that? Even that we don't even know. But according to this official, sometime last in the 2023-24 financial year, they destroyed 190 mini slot machines. People, what is meant to be a convenience to the community can sometimes turn out to be the very thing that is a detriment to the community. I mean, at one point, I remember seeing so many videos of, I don't know if they're Pakistanis or Indian or Bangladeshi people manufacturing almost every kind of consumable good that we consume. Almost fake everything. And they make them in these unsanitary factories, in unsanitary methods, unsanitary machines, even. And we're just consuming. We don't even know what we're consuming now. And the government feels like, well, it's not a priority at the moment. We'll get to it when we get to it. For now, we need to deal with the Afrikaners. That's the top priority right now because the Afrikaners are more of a threat than the Spaza shops are. I don't know. I feel like South Africa is going to, I can't say going to the dogs because I think South Africa is now way past that. I feel like there is almost a point of no return. Once we hit that point, I don't know if South Africa is going to be, I don't know if we're going to be able to rescue or pull South Africa out of the hole that we are digging ourselves deeper into. I know that it's not easy to run a country. I definitely know that. But at the same time, there are certain basics, certain fundamentals that every country should adhere to. And number one, first point is to secure your borders. Otherwise, you don't have a country. I mean, as porous as our borders are, that means an invasion is highly likely. I mean, if thousands of people can stream over our borders, thousands can stream over our borders, flying through barbed wire. I mean, swimming through rivers, walking, just basically just walking, like strolling into South Africa, not even running, just strolling into South Africa, like, here's South Africa, here's Mozambique, here's Namibia, here's Botswana, here's Lesotho, here's whatever, you know? It begs the question, do the people that run the country actually love the country. Because if you love something, you will protect it with all you've got. So if we are not able to protect the borders, how are we able to protect the communities, the people, the wealth? It's times like these where one questions their loyalty to their country. It's times like these where you start to you start to question yourself to say, should I do what the Afrikaner people have done? Should I seek greener pastures elsewhere? Somewhere where I know my family will be safe, where there's opportunities, where law and order are respected. Because at the rate at which South Africa is going, it's like it's a free for all. Do as you want, milk as much as you can, loot as much as you can, take as much as you can. It's just not what a country should be going through. It's just it's just beyond belief that we have now gotten to a point where people feel like they can just come here, do as they please, make as much money as they can, and leave again. Undeterred, unbothered, uninterrupted. Yeah. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Was I on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holler.